meeting to order for Thursday, April 1st. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Spence?
Here.
Dr. Ross?
Here.
Administrator?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Solicitor?
Present.
Fiscal Officer present. Mrs. Dameron?
Here.
Mr. Mattern?
Here.
Mr. Merriman?
Everyone, please stand for a moment of silence and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have the minutes before you from our March 4th meeting. Motion be in order to approve.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Is there anyone who'd like to speak before council tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on to resolutions.
Looks like there's 3 tonight. Walt, these look like all yours.
Yes,
Do we need third reads on any of them?
all of them.
All of them, okay. 2021-04 is a resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2021. That's the first read.
Motion to suspend the rules.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Second read, resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts award in 2021, resolution number 2021-04. Third read, resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts award in 2021, resolution number 2021-04.
Motion to approve resolution 2021-04.
So moved. Second.
We have to put the amount on here, right?
Oh, we send it in separately, it's 1,500 ton.
We're going to do 1,500. Well, I just want to make sure council's aware of that.
Yes.
Based on what we used this year and last year's total we brought forward, we have about 600 tons. I think we used about 1,800 this year. With 600 left to be safe, we're going to put in a bid with 1,500. Any comments or questions on that? Seeing none.
Now, is
Go
that
ahead.
the bid that we have to take off 1,500?
Yes, well, 90%.
90%.
90% of it.
90%.
Yeah. Any other comments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Motion passes. Hold on a second.
Yeah, just you and council president, they wanted 2 signatures on there.
All right, Mr. Martin, you have to sign this before you leave, please.
Okay, ordinance number 2021-05 is an ordinance approving and granting consent to the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation Authority to apply, maintain, and repair standard longitudinal pavement markings and erect regulatory and warning signs on state highways inside the village corporation limits. That is a first read.
Suspend the rules, motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2021-05, second read, is an ordinance approving and granting consent to the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation Authority to apply, maintain, and repair standard longitudinal pavement markings and erect regulatory and warning signs on state highways inside village corporation limits. Third read, ordinance number 2021-05, is an ordinance approving and granting consent to the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation Authority to apply, maintain, and repair standard longitudinal pavement markings and erect regulatory and warning signs on state highways inside the village corporation limits.
Motion to approve 2021-05.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
And finally, ordinance number 2021-06 is an ordinance between the State of Ohio Department of Transportation and the Village of Wintersville for the removal and control of snow and ice.
Motion to suspend the rules, please.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Second read 2021-06, an agreement between the State of Ohio Department of Transportation and the Village of Wintersville, Ohio for the removal and control of snow and ice. Third read ordinance number 2021-06, an agreement between the State of Ohio Department of Transportation and the Village of Wintersville, Ohio for the removal and control of snow and ice.
Motion to approve 2021-06.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
You have the code enforcement report before you. 8 licenses, 600, 16 permits, 625, a total of 1225. I am not sure where the magistrate report is tonight. We'll get it at the next meeting. Over 15 and a half years ago, I started coming to council meetings after moving back from Pennsylvania. The reason I started coming to meetings was to try to assist in solving the village water bills, one of many contentious issues at the time. From that point, I believe it was best to run for council. Fortunately, I, along with Jason Mattern, Bob Cochran, and Robbie Martin, were successful in winning our seats and began what has been a great 15 and a half years of public service to the residents, businesses, and employees of Wintersville. 2 years after becoming councilman, I was encouraged to run for the position of mayor and was successful, which I've held for 13 and a half years. As a result of my new role, Robert Merriman was appointed to replace me and had the fortune of Phyllis Foreman winning as well. We had a great team for the village. We all accomplished a lot over the years. Millions of dollars received in grants and funding because of a great administrator in Walt Zimba. We accomplished a lot financially. When I took over as mayor, our finances were in dire straits and the country was in a recession. With the help of the late Carol Kennedy and Denise Jean Angel, we not only survived those shortfalls without disrupting services, we grew a decent rainy day fund. I've had the fortune of Perry Poole, Vern Jackson, the late Hugh Hersick, Bruce Snyder, Deb Carney, leading up and running all the public works, water, sanitation, and sewer departments. They and the many people that work with them have been outstanding. The village should be proud of each and every one of them. I've had the fortune of having only 2 police chiefs, Chief LeMan and Chief Fowler. Each were great to work with and truly made this village safe. We have all done a lot of good. However, I've always believed that it's not what you do in the good times, but what you accomplish in the bad times. We all came together when the Colonial Baptist Church was destroyed by fire. The fundraising steak fry at the high school to help raise money to replace the items that children of that church lost was amazing. Another unfortunate fire took the life of Clarence West. We all came together to support his family and the students that he instructed. 2 fires were at the Meridian Green. Coming together, we helped assist the senior citizens in that community in rebuilding. I was proud of many things we accomplished. The support of my late wife, Janine, to take on these roles was invaluable. She was truly a rock. It's important to note that during her 10 years of illness, I missed only 1 meeting. I'm so proud and love my son, Barry. The support he has shown to me all these years has been remarkable. I worked very hard day to day to be that role model that I want him to aspire to be. And through it all, he has continued to make me proud. For a variety of reasons, including my new role as director of the Jefferson County Board of Elections, I've decided to step down as mayor. I will conclude my service as mayor on April 30th, 2021. Of course, I will be here to assist in a smooth transition and will always be available for advice and guidance. I want to thank everyone here that has made this job rewarding. I want to thank the residents for their trust and faith in me. I hope I have made a positive impact on this community. It was always important for me to make things better than they were before me. I believe that I've done just that. Thank you, and with a heavy heart, may God bless Wintersville. Thank you. Mr. Zimba.
Only 2 items tonight. Phase 5 sewer update. The project is winding down. Subcontractor will be in beginning next week to do manhole lining and sealing, upgrading what's left, and Border Patrol has started some restoration Again, as we've said before, it'll be weather dependent, particularly the yard restoration. So again, ask the people to be patient. I know grass season is here, and they'll be working to wrap this up as soon as they can. Second item I have is to ask council request permission to advertise for bids for our 2021 paving project. We'll be doing Winters Drive and Grandview this year. I need a motion for that.
So moved.
Need a motion.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
That's all I have.
I think we also, the administration needs to put out for public information, and I think council should receive this information. There will be a spring cleanup. Those that have their trash and sanitation on Tuesdays will be picked up Monday, June 7th. Those that have Wednesday pickup will be Monday, June 14th. Those that have Thursday will be Monday, June 21st. And those that have Friday will be Monday, June 28th. That is out on our Facebook pages, and this will be provided to the newspaper as well. So respectfully, it'd be nice to pick this back up this year. Any comments for the administration? Seeing none, we'll move on. I have no unfinished business. New business. Mr. Merriman.
Just like to wish you the best, and everybody happy Easter.
Thank you. Mr. Mattern.
Yeah, first off, what a shocker. Didn't see that coming. Best of luck in the future. Bob, it's been a pleasure serving alongside you and with you, guiding this village through some trying times. I believe 15 and a half years is very stressful on anybody who's been up here in this position, especially if you're the mayor. So, again, it's been a pleasure to help be alongside you for 15 and a half years. And a lot of good, successful things have happened here in Wintersville, and a lot of positive things under your guidance. So you will be missed. The other new business, I got 7 ranges. I had a meeting about 2 weeks ago. Scott Campbell was voted in as chair again. Bob Loggart was again vice chair. There was some distribution of monies that was done, COVID talk, but I definitely wanted to make sure that soon Rob Harrington would like to come on up here and talk about the fire training center that they have over there behind the fire department. The buildings that they have back there, the training center that they have, Rob put on a PowerPoint slideshow that lasted about 15, 20 minutes, which followed up with about 25 minutes of great conversation of the diversity and the different training programs this has, what kind of rescue scenarios, what kind of fire scenarios, smoke scenarios, and it's an outstanding training facility that they have over there. It will be a certifiable facility such that certified instructors will come on in and teach the firemen in this area, to how to handle this event, that scenario, and it's going to be a tremendous asset to this county and the surrounding areas. So Rob would like to speak on that in a little bit further detail. I'm sure he'll get a hold of somebody. Warren Scott was there at that meeting, and I don't know if he wrote up an article on that or not. There was a thanks that needed to be passed along to Walt Zimba for your support over there. Were you helping him with a grant on a hydrant or something on over there?
Extend the water line.
Yeah, extending the water lines. So that was passed along too. So it's great to have our administration work hand in hand with the fire department over there. This project affects many people, and your contributions to that, Walt, are not undervalued. Regional Planning also had a meeting last week on a Wednesday. They talked about dues. I don't know if the dues have been paid or not, but they just asked about them. But there was a presentation down there with the Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, Frank Braziz, and he talked extensively about blight, junk and abandoned vehicles and cars, and he broke it down for us. He spoke about 45 minutes or so, but he broke it down into what you need. He was able to supply a template of what you need to do He also discussed the difference between having a guilty plea of $100 a day versus a civil procedures. So it was a very interesting concept to the whole thing. At the end, Frank did say money, money, money. And I also want to add on there that several of the county commissioners were down there. Mr. Morelli spoke up about how to get money to help out with the costs that are associated with removal of blight and junk in people's yards. So that was an interesting concept of that. One of the things that was also said that the judges and the sheriff's department is more than willing to help supply the use of community services down there as well. So there might be something to look at as well. The last thing that happened down at that meeting was I ran into Mrs. Petrello with JB Green Team, and they also are having cleanups. So that's on the website. Cross Creek, it looks like, is going to be April 29th. That's on a Thursday over at the Township Garage there in Wintersville. They'll take the basics, absolutely no mattresses, electronics, paints, liquids, hazardous waste, but they will take just about everything else. No food waste, no leaves, no trees, no grass cuttings, but they'll take furniture, carpeting, household junk, and appliances. So they're rolling with that as well.
Tires?
Yes, we took tires over there.
Yeah, they'll take tires over there. So one more time, congratulations on getting out of here, Bob. You got out. Congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you. Mr. Cameron?
Wanted to check on, did we receive the garbage cans that were ordered from the COVID money?
Yes,
Do we have
we'll
any
be-
idea when they're going to go out?
We'll be putting them out shortly here, but yeah, Perry and I talked about those last week.
Okay, great. 15 years is admirable in any position, especially as a mayor. And I would like to say that my time here has been an adventure with you, and I wish you the best in your next chapter.
Thank you very much. Ms. Jean Angel?
Other than I'll really miss you, and it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thanks for all your help. Mr. Becker?
First and foremost, I would say thank you for your service, Mayor. It's been an absolute delight working with you over these years, both as a councilman, as a mayor. I think you've acted not only in the best interest of this village, but professionally throughout your tenure here. You will be sorely missed. I'm sure you'll do great in your next job. And just so council is aware, the statute provides that the president pro tem, which is Mr. Martin, I believe, ascends to the mayor. And I know Mr. Martin has the same professionalism and experience, and we're very lucky to have a man of his qualities here to fill that position. I believe, and I'll have to check for you, but the statute requires you to run at the next municipal election, which will be the fall, I believe, for the unexpired term, if you so choose to do that. I also believe that once his date is effective on the 30th, council will have 30 days to fill your position. Right. Otherwise, you as the mayor can fill that. And I think there's a little bit of oddity in that statute in the fact that if you, well, we'll talk about it, but there may be an oddity. I assume you're going to run for mayor, and I certainly hope you would, because I certainly think you're more than qualified and have the experience and intelligence and dedication of this village to do that. But just to give the lay of the work, the only thing I would suggest at this point is it's probably a technicality, but council probably ought to make a motion to accept the resignation just to make that official. That's kind of a little technicality that might be worth it. And I don't say that because someone's trying to push the mayor out the door, but I think it's probably a good idea to have that on the record. So with all that said, again, Mayor, I wish you great luck and success down at the Board of Elections. I'm certain, based upon what I've known from you for these 15 plus years, you will do a tremendous job and you'll be a great asset to that organization.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and put forth that motion to accept Mayor Gayle's resignation at this point.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Nay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Thank you. Dr. Ross.
I'd like to, let the mayor know that I congratulate him on 15 plus years of service to the village. Also congratulate him on his new post at the Board of Elections. I know he'll do a bang-up job there, and I want to extend to him and everybody at this panel a happy Easter.
Thank you. Mr. Spence.
Just want to say congratulations. It's been 3.5 years. We've butted heads, but we had the same goal in mind. And I really appreciate the guidance. And congratulate Robbie Martin for stepping in. And I know you'll do a good job. And happy Easter to everybody.
Thank you. Mr. Martin.
Well, it's a bittersweet moment for me because he's not just a mayor to me. He's very good friends. We've been known a long time. We've been knowing each other, especially my mom. She calls him her second boyfriend. Fred Abdel was the first one. So sorry, Mayor. But anyway, it's been a good ride. It's been a very learning experience because when he came to this village, leadership was welcome to the door, and you knew that he walked in very confident in what he was going to do. He had a task, and he got it done. It's good to have an administrator like Walt because him and the mayor, they kind of planned out what they're going to do, and they did it. And so a lot got done. Roads, whether it's new police cars, whether it's new trucks. Sometime Walt tried to slip something else in and the mayor kind of like put this snip to it. But it's been a ride, with him, and it's going to be very much missed. And I told him I know where he lives. I'll be on the phone with him because it's a lot of challenging things to step into a position as being a mayor and following his footsteps. It's going to be a tough road to hoe, but because he's been a great leader, we still got a bunch of great councilmen sitting around his desk, and that's what's going to make it, a little easier because we know each other, we know how we think. Sometimes we disagree, but at the end of the day, the village is still in the black. That's the great thing about it. We're not up here to run the village in a hole to where we can't pay our bills and embarrass the people that put us here. I've been here 20 years, sitting in not this seat, but I'm up here 20 years. I've been here, and just about and he beat me to the punch. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm looking forward to taking over the job with his help, working with Walt and Denise and our solicitor over there and the rest of the council. So it will be some hiccups here and there, but, we'll get through it. Thank you, Mayor, and happy Easter to you and your family. Okay, thank you.
Motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Other than abstention on 44808, yay.
And Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Motion to adjourn until May 6th at 7 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Meeting adjourned.